A guy who is hot is going to be perceived as funnier. He's going to be perceived as having a better personality, as more intelligent, even if he isn't, more likable, even if he isn't. And they've done some really silly studies here. I mean, it's terrible, but they've put photos and biographies, kind of like a dating app, and mixed and matched them to try and determine the effect of looks versus personality. And there was a study on women where they did this. There were moderately hot guys, there were hot guys, and not so hot guys. And the personality changed whether the hot guy or the moderately hot guy was preferred. But no matter what, the not hot guy was not preferred. Personality mattered if a guy was hot enough. So the guys who were very unattractive, they were rated as having worse personalities than they would have if they were hot, and they were rated as less dateable overall than the hot guys. It is just one study, but there's other studies that converge on this idea that if you're past a certain level of hotness, then personality makes a difference. But if you're not attractive enough for a person's standards, then personality, it might matter, but it doesn't quite make a difference. Because it's so funny, I'll share the second part of this study. They had the women's mothers come in and were like, choose someone for your daughter to date. And you'd think it's like, gosh, I mean, the mothers are surely going to pick based on personality because they don't have to be with the guy physically, one would hope. And yet they went through the same selective pattern as their daughters. Now, from a social perspective, this is pretty hard to get your head around because it's like, well, they don't have to sleep with their daughter's boyfriend, so why do they care what he looks like? But from a basic sexual selection perspective, right, from a biological perspective, it's like, well, that's their grandchild that they're talking about. And so they have to care about the same things. For the same reason that one might want a good-looking husband to have children with, you'd also want a good-looking man to help produce your grandchildren.